What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to take a look at another beer. Rod J here. Going to take a look at one from Lagunitas. This is actually their brown Shugga. Lagunitas is actually out of Petaluma, California, as well as now Chicago, Illinois. This one comes in at 9.8% ABV. IBU puts it just at 51, so should have a pretty nice beer here. And with this one, this is actually also listed in 1001 beers you must taste before you die. So if you haven't had any of the beers out of this book, gives you a nice roadmap of beers out there to try to taste. Not all of them on the list are all going to be top winners in my opinion, but they have a lot of good treats on there. And this one here is also listed. This is listed also as an American Strong Ale. And if you're not familiar with Lagunitas, here's their bottle here. Give you a little bit of a shot. Nice label there. Mostly everything is like kind of drawn on with artwork on all their bottles. And then nothing else really on the label outside of your basic stuff. So go ahead, get this baby open and get it into a glass. Looking forward to this. Now for this one, I'm actually going to use a snifter glass, which is actually the preferred glassware for this beer. So we go ahead, get it into the glass. Wow. Nice copper color. Take a look at that there. Really nice. Got some pretty decent clarity, as you can see through the glass from your side as well. Can make out the hand relatively easily. Not really too much cloudiness at all. You get it out of the light, it's kind of got a nice soft copper color to it, but in the light it really shines through just like a brand new copper penny. As far as the head itself is barely off-white, nice two-finger head. Has a pretty good amount of creaminess to the head there. Carbonation-wise, not picking up too much. Looks to be kind of soft on the carbonation. Not seeing a lot of bubble activity, but we'll find out when I do the taste. How about the aroma? On the aroma, getting up front, some nice sweetness coming off of this one. You get some of that caramel type smell. You also get something like a molasses type smell. But on the back end, you are picking up the hops too. Not sure what hops they may have used in this one, but it does have a nice dankness to it, and you get that kind of that pine that you're looking for on a hoppy type beer. That sweetness, it almost has like a syrupy type aroma, but the aroma is very moderate. Comes out of the glass rather easily once you take a little sniff there. Probably could be a little bit stronger, but I think for what they were going for, I guess it works on that end. But yeah, it's a nice sweetness there, and you can already start to see as I move the glass a little bit where it's going to lace nicely too going down. I really do dig the appearance. Go ahead and get a taste. On the taste, you're hit up front with some of that bitterness. Then that kind of settles out, but you're followed right up with some of that malt flavor. The texture, nice and dry. A nice crisp finish just kind of soothes away. Not much astringency on the back end. Kind of just smooths right out. Leaves you with a good amount of a mouthfeel. The beer itself comes across very medium to full body. You do get a tinge of the alcohol on the aftertaste. At 9.8, maybe a little hard to mask it, but you do get that on the aftertaste. You get a slight amount of that sweetness where it almost gets to a point where it touches on almost becoming like a medicine type thing, but not really too overbearing, but it's just kind of this sensation that you're left with on the beer. But yeah, very good amount of sweetness, almost like a honey type of sweetness in there as well. But when you go in for something called brown Shugga, you kind of expect that to happen. As far as the carbonation on the taste, you do get some of that carbonation. I mentioned it looks soft there before, but it's nice and lively when you are enjoying this beer. It's not doing anything where it's over-carbonated or under-carbonated. It matches up nicely. Yeah, so if this is a beer, if a beer that you like is usually one that might have a little bit of that sweetness and the hops together, then this is definitely one that can kind of fit that, the brown sugar. I don't know if you've had this before or not, but if you had, let me know what you thought of it. Put some comments in the comment section. It's not really knocking me over as much. I think it's a tasty beer, and I'm usually a huge fan of Lagunitas, but this one isn't really putting me over to say I'm going to be crazy about it. Let's take a look at some of the ratings. So we go ahead and we look at the ratings. Rate Beer actually has this as a 96 overall and a style of 84. Now it's actually listed by them as a barley wine ale, which is different than what Untapped had as far as it being a strong ale American. And with Brown Sugar on Beer Advocate, they actually have it ranked as 88, but they also have it ranked as a barley wine ale. And the taste that you actually pick up from this beer does favor that more. So in my thinking with it versus how it had been listed on Untapped, it does match up more along those lines as a barley wine type ale. So as far as my rating on this beer, I think when you look at it with the great appearance that you have there, with the taste that you also get from it, and the nice aroma where it comes out as that kind of barley wine ale type flavor. When you look at it matching the flavor, I think it definitely comes out to probably be an A beer. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this a rating of an A. Doesn't knock me back as high as some of the, maybe the 96 that Rate Beer has, or I think it's more down, not as low as what Beer Advocate has it at 88, but I would say probably around that 92 level. So I'm going to give it an A. I think it is a solid offering. If you like barley wine, I think you'll actually like this type of beer. Again, this is the Lagunitas Brown Sugar. And if you've had it, like I said, put some comments in the comment section. I'd love to get your feedback. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and finish drinking this one out. Appreciate you swinging by to check out another video. If you like what you saw, as always, please remember to hit that like button. And remember to subscribe to stay up to speed on other videos. Cheers. Remember to always drink good craft beer. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.